Hi everyone, this is the Chungler back with my Fire Emblem 8 efficiency playthrough. Today we're playing Chapter 14, which is a Seas map, but it has a few extra side objectives we have to do too. First thing we're doing on turn 1 is unlocking 2 doors with Sale. This is important because unlock gives 5 staff EXP, which is the most out of any staff we can use right now. There's no fog, so we can't use torch. Ardor is killing a soldier on turn 1. This is so we can get the soldier's door key, which we're going to need for later in the map with our group that's going to Seas. So after he kills that soldier, he sends it to the convoy. If Ardor can't kill the soldier, then we just have Innes kill the soldier instead with a longbow. The group that's going to Seas consists of mostly our 8-move mounted units. Seth and Vanessa are going to be leading the charge. Seth, for obvious reasons, he's our best unit right now. And Vanessa is kind of second in command because she has pretty good hit rates on the things she needs to kill. Like that Armor Knight she killed with the Heavy Spear, for example, she has 100 hit on, which is nice. It means we don't have to factor in that Armor Knight ever being alive. We're going to head to the bottom left with Garrick so that he can get some chests. And I could talk about the contents of those chests later, but they are going to be important for future maps. On the first enemy phase here, Seth's equipped with an Iron Lance so that he has 100 hit against the Sword Reaver fighter. Then after the Sword Reaver drops, he's going to send the Iron Lance to the convoy and equip an Iron Sword so that he has 100 hit on the Iron Axe fighter. The Shaman is going to attack him at 2 range, but that's okay because we can deal with him on player phase of turn 2. Ardor gets attacked by a Mercenary and Armor Knight here. If he isn't able to survive both of them, then you can instead have Innes block that choke there, which is okay, but it hurts reliability a little bit later in the run, as you'll see. And here's Tana killing that Shaman, which is nice because it gets her some experience. She needs to reach level 10 by next chapter. And it also potentially gets her hurt, meaning Mulder will have an extra heal target. Fortunately, one of Vanessa, Seth, or Tana got hurt here so that Mulder can pick up an extra heal. We're gonna have Tethys dance Eirika on turn 2 here. This is so that she can recruit Renak. We could technically deploy La Rochelle to recruit him for 10,000 less gold, but we honestly can spare the gold, and Eirika's not really doing anything, and we don't have a deployment slot for La Rochelle, so yeah, pretty good reason to just have Eirika do it. Seth gets crit here, which is kind of funny, but yeah, also recruiting Renak clears the way for our mounted units, Seth and Vanessa, to access that treasure room. And we really need to be able to get through that treasure room next turn, so it's really important. Cormog and Kyle are going to rescue drop Tethys here. I haven't really talked about Cormog. He joined us last chapter, and he was already ready to promote. He even came with his own promotion item. He's really good. I don't use him that much in this clear because his hit rates are kind of bad, but he is really strong, and he's a free 8-move unit, which is really nice. We'll definitely take it. Sally is standing next to that breakable wall so that the Armor Knight with a Javelin near it suicides on him on enemy phase. This is partially so he picks up some Elfar rank, and also so that the group near the bottom that has to go through that wall doesn't have to deal with him later. We move Renak so that he baits one of the hand axe fighters into attacking him. We really need to make sure that we can clear these 3 enemies out on the next turn. And we're able to do that, so that's why I didn't really have Seth Seth equipped with a Javelin, because he doesn't really need to kill them on enemy phase, and he doesn't have perfect hit rates anyway. Sally, just like last turn, is going to stand next to a wall here. This is so that he can bait 2 of the archers into attacking and suiciding on him. We don't want our mounts to have to deal with those archers later, so it's nice that Sally can take care of them now. while no one else is in range of them. And like I said, we're going to have to take out these enemies in the chest room so that we can keep moving forward with our mounts. And so Tethys is going to have to dance Vanessa so that she can keep going. Tana and Ardor are going to combine to kill this wall over 3 attacks. It has 50 HP, so there is a chance that Tana or Arthur might not have enough magic or strength to actually, destroy the wall. So we may potentially have to use Innis to kill it with the silver bow. This does hurt reliability because that means on the next turn, Innis won't be able to be in range of the sniper in the throne room that we need to take care of before our mounts get there. So if Ardor and Tana aren't able to do that, that's kind of annoying, but it's not the end of the world. It just hurts reliability a little bit. Cormag and Vanessa are going to handle rescue dropping Tethys here. She needs to be in range so that she can dance Cormag. Cormag is getting danced next turn because he's actually our choice to go to the secret shop, which is farther away than even the boss. So the unit who does it needs to get danced kind of early so that they can start making their way over there. And here's that group kind of taking care of the wall. Mulder just uses heal on Ardor so that he still has some missing health and he can get mended next turn. Garrick opens the door to the chest room. He needs to end up looting. He has a little while to take care of these enemies, though there are a bunch of enemies with 2 range. So you might think Garrick would have difficulty killing them with a sword, but that problem kind of solves itself, which you'll see later. He also boxed in a fighter so that he didn't really bother Tethys. Tethys needs to take a hit later in the map, so we can't really have her on low HP. And here are these archers that are going to suicide onto Sally. Again, pretty nice. We're not there yet, so it's pretty cool that Sally can just take them out here. Garrick needs to kill this Armor Knight on enemy phase of this turn. And I was kind of just checking stats to see if Garrick needed to use a Pure Water again, which he does, otherwise he does have some small chance of death. So I end up using that, and that means Garrick needs to hit 3 out of 4 Iron Blades against this Armor Knight, which he does, and has a really good chance of doing, so it's not a huge deal. This is that Cormag is using that door key that Ardor got on turn 1, and then it's going to get danced by Tethys. Again, this is so that he can reach the secret shop in time, because he needs to reach it by turn 7, which is coming up here. So Renak is going to trade away the member card to Tethys, and she'll trade it to Cormag so that he'll have it on him. Sally over here is kind of going to be hanging out with Renak for the rest of the map. This is just so that he has a barrier target whenever he wants it. The bottom group is now going to finally break that wall, and Innis is going to be able to get in range of the sniper in the throne room. Just want to give Innis as many chances as we can to kill that guy, because he doesn't have perfect hit rates. He pulls around 80 hit with the silver bow, so definitely a good chance that one of those misses. Everyone else is kind of just dicking around for EXP. We really just need Innis here. It's kind of sad. But yeah, if Tethys doesn't get rescue dropped here, she's kind of going to get left in the mount's dust, so Vanessa and Seth handle that. Positioning for Tethys is actually really important here. We need to make sure that Tethys can't get attacked by both Armor Knights, otherwise she'll die. So Vanessa blocks the tile to Tethys' south. It's important that it's the south tile because we need to make sure that nobody's path is blocked on the next turn, and Tethys also needs to be able to run away from the Armor Knight that attacks her. Which she can do because she has 1 extra point of movement, but it needs to be positioned correctly. This fighter goes and attacks Tana here. If she doesn't kill it, it's fine. She can either kill it on player phase next turn, or can just run away. Either way is fine. She just needs to eventually get to level 10, which she kind of has a lot of time to do, so it's not a huge deal. Yeah, one of these Armor Knights gets blocked by Vanessa, so it can't attack Tethys, and then Tethys will be able to run away from the Armor Knight that attacks her here. So here's what I was talking about when I said the mages would kind of sort themselves out. Because the only tile to attack Garrick at 2 range is blocked by the first mage, the rest of them are going to suicide at 1 range, meaning Garrick could pick up a bunch of kills and a bunch of sword rank. And he actually hits S swords here, which is really nice. So he's all good to go for next chapter, he just needs to get the chests here. Here's that sniper attacking Innis. Again, we want to give him as many chances as possible. And he actually 1-rounds the sniper, which is pretty cool. Shout out to Innis, he's a really cool unit despite being a 2-range unit in kind of an enemy phase game. Seth used an elixir here for extra survival against the boss. The boss does have crit on him, so it's good to just have him have as much health as possible. And Tethys dances Seth so that Seth can get into the boss room and start dealing with those Armor Knights, because we don't want to have to deal with them later because they'll block everyone's path, and that's pretty annoying. Here's where Kyle gives Eirika to Vanessa, and he also grabs the heavy spear and kills the Armor Knight next to him just for fun. Didn't really need to do that, but just did it anyway. And now that Vanessa has Eirika, she can drop her pretty close to the throne so that she can walk the rest of the way. And again, here's Sally and Renak just kind of dicking around over here. And since Tana killed the fighter that attacked her on enemy phase, she's gonna kill a shaman here. Again, this is just for EXP in case Tana hasn't reached level 10 yet. It kind of just depends on how many kills she got in chapter 13, which I was trying my best to feed her, but I still think there were some, pretty reliable kills that she missed out on. So if you can get her to like level 11, that's kind of nice too, so might as well give it a try even if it doesn't work out. And Innis kind of just getting healed so that he can move on to the next part of this little alleyway here. He's just gonna kind of hang out here in case the top group that's seizing needs his help clearing enemies, because sometimes enemies get in the way of our units up at the top, so Innis is kind of like a backup in case we need some of them cleared out. And here I was just moving Vanessa, seeing if Eirika actually had enough move to get to the throne, and thankfully she does. I also grabbed the spear with Vanessa here while I can. It's just a little bit of insurance against the boss, though I don't actually end up using it. Cormag gives his steel lance away and grabs an iron lance from the supply. What I really should have done here is traded the hero crest to Cormag so that he could sell it at the secret shop. I actually was a little bit short on funds when I could have gotten the rest of that from the hero crest. It means I couldn't buy an extra physic that I wanted, but I end up hacking it into the next map, which is when I need it, and just discard the hero crest from my inventory, so it all kind of works out. If this is a more serious run, I probably would have had to replay this map, which would have been kind of annoying. These Armor Knights in the throne room get kind of dealt with by Seth, killing them with the Steel Lance. You can use the Heavy Spear or the Armor Slayer if you want here, if he doesn't have enough strength. But mine did to just kill him with the Steel Lance, so I did that. These hand axe fighters are the enemies that can sometimes get in the way and be annoying, and that's why Innis is kind of just hanging around below here. Also, this monk is so eager to die that he attacks Seth at 1 range. And here are those hand axe guys. There's also going to be some reinforcements that spawn here. They don't really do anything. Nobody's going to really be in range of them. Garrick can't even get like extra weapon XP against them because he kind of needs to open the chests. And the chest he's opening is an energy ring and a dragon spear. The energy ring is going to go to Saleh for some extra warp range, and the dragon spear is actually going to be pretty useful next map. It's like a steel lance with lower weight and wyvern effectiveness, which is really cool. And there's a lot of wyverns next map, so that'll be nice. Arter also working on some staff rank. Both Mulder and Arter's staff rank benchmarks came up a lot sooner than I thought they would. Mulder needs to reach A staves at the end of this chapter, which he just does right here with Tana. And Arter needs to reach B staves by the second turn of chapter 15, which is next chapter. So yeah, they end up cutting it really close. If I had been more aware that they needed to do this quickly, then I probably would have tried to find some extra places to get staff uses. There's also a door down there that they can use an unlock stave on if we really need one of them to get a little bit of extra staff rank if they missed some earlier or something. Eirika is going to chug a pure water because I believe these mugs can have crit chance on her, so might as well be safe. And she is going to get ready to try and seize next turn. So Seth is going to be the one doing the boss kill. Because we don't have the Silver Lance, we have to use the Killer Lance, which is slightly less reliable. The Silver Lance, with Seth's current strength, would be able to kill the boss in 2 out of 3 hits, which would be really nice. That'd be like an 85% chance of success. As it is, we either need to hit all 3 Killer Lances in our 3 rounds of combat with Carlyle, or crit one of them. So I did a little bit of math. I got around a 73% chance of success with the Killer Lance instead of the 85% chance with the Silver Lance. So yeah, we do lose a little bit of efficiency by not having any Silver Lance uses left, but it kind of served its purpose. I'm not going to sweat like a 12% worse boss kill. So we're just going to kind of deal with it. Those chances of success, we're assuming that Seth gets the Chapter 11 secret book, which I actually missed, which is pretty annoying. So imagine my Seth has like 4 extra hit rate and like 1 extra crit. Here's Cormac's visit to the secret shop. Again, I didn't have enough money to buy everything I wanted because I forgot to give Cormac the hero crest we got this chapter so he could sell it. I just discarded it and hacked in a physics stave to show off the next chapter where I used 2 of them. I also buy some extra Killer Lances. I'm not sure if I really would need them, but we really don't have very many good lances anymore, so I just wanted to get them to be safe. And because Seth missed actually 2 out of his 3 Killer Lances, Vanessa can't even really back him up with the spear, unfortunately, to at least try and go for a 7 turn. So unfortunately, we're going to have to stick with an 8. Thankfully, an 8 turn has a very reliable Carlyle kill because now Seth has 5 rounds of combat against him instead of 3. And any of those rounds that crits with a Killer Lance will be able to do it. So because Vanessa can't actually help with the boss now, we'll just have her kill this monk here for fun. And EXP. What I should have done with Saleh and Tethys is had Saleh move down to Barrier Renak and have Tethys move down to dance him. This is so that Kyle and Vanessa could rescue drop Tethys over near Seth, so that if Seth misses again with his Killer Lances, he gets another try against Carlyle. So that would be 6 rounds of combat, which at that point, Carlyle's pretty much always going to be dead. So that would be good. I just kind of forgot to do that, unfortunately. Again, here's where we could get some extra staff rank with Arter if we brought an unlock with them, but I didn't really think I needed to. And yeah, this map's kind of just finishing off. finishing up. We're waiting for Seth to kill the boss, so I'm kind of just gonna peace out here. So I will see you guys next time for Chapter 15. Chapter 14 is completed in 8 turns. See ya.